How is everyone today? Popping up here in my backyard after doing lots of yard work. Not today, but well, maybe this morning a little bit of yard work. And I've been managing the garden and growing some more tomatoes. Yes, everyone. So the last YouTube and Facebook Live that I did sparked a lot of conversation in the comments, which is good. I think everybody needs to start having some of these conversations. I'm still working on my child trafficking chart video and kind of deciding how to put that together to make it as logical and ease and flow. I want to do it with importance, so it's taking me a little bit longer than I normally take with other things. And so one of the comments, though, I got to comment on it because I'm me. And I couldn't let it go because I thought it was funny. And I ponder these people, and her name was Karen. Go figure. Hi, Karen. The one that left the comment on my page. That wasn't very nice. It wasn't very nice. And I just laughed and I'm like, I don't care what your opinion is of me. I truly don't. Let me look you directly in the eye. Can you see me? I try and connect with the camera, like I'm talking to a friend. So Karen, I love you, but I don't care if you think that in the last year and a half, my voice has sounded like nails on a chalkboard. I implore you to go seek your information elsewhere and start talking about child trafficking, human trafficking, and the slave trade, modern day slave trade. Get your energy focused. Energy goes where energy flows, and you are feeding the loosh lady. So, Karen, move on. And that goes for pretty much anybody who's got anything negative to say. Like, start talking about important things. Why are you getting on and just bashing anybody else? Who cares? Like, honestly, I don't know if you've followed me for 3 years, but the people who have watched me and who know me in person and have known me for years have always known the one thing that has remained true and consistent with me as a person is I don't give a flying fuck what you think about me. That's why I do what I want to do. So I'm going to say and talk however I want. And if that's annoying to you, hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. It's all right. Your vibes don't mesh with mine because you're still hung up on an issue that's a trigger within you. That's all. And I'm not, because you don't have an understanding of who I am and what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk about exposing pedos, talking about timelines being revealed, people coming in to make timelines happen. And I just posted, I don't normally talk about things like this, but I'm gonna. If you haven't caught on now to the fact that Q is a real thing, Karen, I don't think you think anything is that. I don't think you believe in Q. That's people who are very negative and people who don't trust there's a big operation going on, military behind the scenes, then you're missing out. You're not as calm as I am. You're not as calm as a lot of other people are. Because DJT is now like actually quoting Q posts. So get with the program. I'm just saying get caught up. Like, then you'll feel better. So it's about exposing human trafficking. My very first video that I did on April 27th of 2020 was about pizza plus gate. And it was 15 minutes long, and it was a revelation on the 300 Club. I wrote down all the names. I wrote down who was on Epstein Island, and those names plus who was on Weinstein's list. I wrote down all of those names. And then I investigated the financial comings and goings and links, money links, between Comet Ping Pong and all the emails and all of that stuff. I did a short video, 15 minutes long. You can find it on my Instagram in my reels. Raven Moonstone Art. At Raven Moonstone Art. It's pulled off of YouTube. It got pulled off right away. How dare I? Make logical sense. If you go to my number 2 video, it's on April 30th of 2020. It's the very first video here on YouTube. You can find it again on Instagram at Raven Moonstone Art. I think it's got a picture of JFK Jr. at the front of it. One says love and peace on it and a heart, and the other one says has a picture of JFK Jr. on the front of the video. And that video goes into detail on the Clinton Foundation and Haiti and the Laura Silsby and Amber Alert, and also goes through what might have happened at Notre Dame and with all of the makings of, I believe I even put in there the patent numbers and where it was manufactured of the 3M labs of adrenochrome. And all of that stuff is in video number 2. Okay? Video number 3, which most of you started following me after that, was about there being more than one bloodline of Christ and the Greg Hallett timeline. That also is on Instagram. It has been pulled off of YouTube, but it is on Instagram and it is on Facebook. Raven Moonstone on Facebook, and then Instagram at Raven Moonstone Art. And you can find that video, and that's 33 minutes long, I believe. And it basically decodes the Da Vinci Code movie and some parts in there on how there is more than one bloodline of Christ and how Christ is a title. And then after that, I interviewed Greg Hallett a couple of times, and those videos can still be found on Facebook. So I just reposted them not too long ago on my Facebook. So, and all of those first 3 videos, Greg Hallett talked about how the ending of child trafficking was important. He believed in Q and the plan and DJT and all this stuff. So I don't know, for the love of God, this whole time I have not changed my narrative. Why people have jumped on and off ship. Or gotten mad. I just don't get it. But whatever. Each person is in their journey and where they need to be. So, but, sorry, my nose is really runny. I just came back from a bike ride. And it's been super smoky here. So I'm getting rid of a lot of phlegm and it's drippy. So I don't have a cold. It's just, sweaty. Anyhow. I haven't been doing blow. I don't have the Zelensky nose. It's actually my running nose. Legit runny nose. Anyways, what else was I going to say? I really want to talk about how this movie, The Sound of Freedom, is opening up other movies to be seen. And thank you again to Eyes to See, Ears to Hear on Telegram. If you don't already follow that page, it's Taco Spice, and she's in Red Deer, and she has Expose Your City Red Deer channel too, and it's an amazing amount of sharing of information. She does deep dives into people in Red Deer, where they're spending the money, all the charitable events where Giving Tuesday, all of this stuff is. So I want to give a big shout out to Taco because it's her birthday tomorrow. It's my birthday in the Julian calendar tomorrow. So I didn't really celebrate it on the 6th. I did nothing. So I'm going to celebrate it tomorrow with Taco and honor Taco. So anyways, she has been doing a lot of speaking out on human trafficking. She's even been interviewed by people that have not been aired. Yeah. I know how that feels. I know how. You're not allowed to talk about that right now. It's irrelevant. And pictures are making a comeback from the 2019 graphic pictures, and I think they should be shared. I shared one on my Telegram page today of the child. It's yellow background, and the child had been tortured, and that was the first picture, one of the first pictures I saw when I was, on Facebook looking for things was that kid. And that kid looked exactly like a little boy I had been teaching art to at the art gallery, like just a few months before. Exactly the same. I was like haunted. But I can tell you that picture, I had nightmares for about 8 years, maybe 10 years, that were so horrific. And now I know I was remote viewing things that were happening in the tunnel. I was being activated because as soon as I saw that kid's picture, I was like, that's it. I'm never gonna let those fuckers win again. Yeah, I said it. Sorry, I swore. They're never, ever. I'm never gonna stop talking about this. I don't care. I'm gonna expose as many things as I can and as much corruption as I can. So I've had to take some respites in between because it is very hard on your system, especially when I had heavy parasitic activity. So let's just talk about parasites for a second. Thank you for all of the comments on, I think it was black walnut oil and all of this stuff. Please put more comments in helping detox your body on this actual show. And share that information, whether it's, like stuff you can ingest orally. See, Sammy's telling you to too. Yeah, I filled up all the squirrel feeders and everything the other day, so he's just letting I saw him rip around the squirrel, like around the front yard and everything, just laying boots to some other squirrel who thought he was gonna mess with his bounty over here. So I don't know if you can see, right behind this post is a sunflower that's popping up through the stairs right about here in the back, and those are all in that planter. That's all Sammy. He planted all of those sunflower seeds, so those are all his sunflowers that are just coming up on his own. That's his garden. So he's got peanuts in there and some thistles and I think about 4 or 5 sunflowers, but the sunflowers are really big. So anyways, yes. I think we're actually coming to a point where talking about all of the things, like all of the hotels that are being charged with human trafficking, Motel 6, like Sandman, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's incredible, the amount of information. I'm lifting Royals, Labyrinthal, cabbage, kale, broccoli, yes. Well, squirrels don't sound like that. Oh, these guys are gangsters. Calgary squirrels are like the gangster squirrels of any squirrels I've ever seen in any country. I'm telling you. I've seen squirrels in England, and yeah, I don't know, did I see when I was in Scotland? No, but I mean, they're in England, so they gotta be in Scotland, right? Anyways, what they did in Calgary, fun fact, I was told this statistic 20 years ago. So we have a huge zoo downtown, and it's like pretty much right downtown. Just off to the east a little bit. But they imported these black squirrels from somewhere a long time ago. And the black squirrels, this is going to sound racist against squirrels and squirrel colors, but it's a fact. Black squirrels were really mean, and they escaped the zoo because I guess they didn't enclose the enclosures or didn't think squirrels went over treetops or whatever, but the squirrels got loose and bred with all the other squirrels. So now we have this weird variety of squirrels, I think, compared to wherever I've been. I've seen like squirrels just I thought were like brown and kind of look like chipmunky squirrels, and were kind of small like Sammy. But some of these squirrels that are bred with these black squirrels, like they're brindle, so they obviously have bred together. They have big hind quarters, like they look like rats. They're huge with these big bushy tails. I've never seen squirrels so big. It's the craziest thing. So I don't know if it's because of the black squirrel infiltration or whatever, but yeah, it's very strange. We have some big squirrels here, and the big squirrels aren't necessarily the toughest. Sammy has kicked ass in this yard, and there's I'll say a little acreage behind us of like land where there's hawks and birds and terns and everything hang out, deer and moose and porcupine. I've seen coyotes, everything. Oh, there's the helicopters again. There's the green flashing screen, you guys. Bring on the UFO. Right about here would be good. Just kidding. But anyways, yeah, Sammy will fight tooth and nail for his territory here. I think he's a hereditary squirrel. Yeah, it was his gangster cousins or something, grandparents or whatever. He just got grandfathered in. But yeah, they bark like dogs, like ah, 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 ah. Like it's weird. It's a weird thing, but it's funny to me. So he only comes out and does it when he's got something to say really important, or if he's agreeing with me with whatever I'm saying on the show. It happened. Watch the last video. It was awesome. So anyways, what else was I gonna say? I've been pretty much staying off of Telegram or posting lots here and there because I feel like it's all the same, like creepers being creepers, and yeah, it's just I'm trying to hold a calm and steady vibe for things that are about to take place, and I'm trying to get a lot of physical activity and get my motorhome in order. I just went and I consented to doing those awful things only because I have a lot of money coming back. You know what I'm talking about? Something I haven't done for 3 years. Oh, it's just disgusting. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah. But I still won't get a driver's license. Revolution! I'm just kidding. So anyone else have a good laugh at the big Trudeau booing yesterday? So I wonder if that has anything to do with that post I made maybe 4 days ago or 5 days ago about when I read what that guy Matt had posted on Twitter about it happening in Canada first. So, and by the way, Karen, you were all mad about RD. That's when you said you stopped watching me because my voice is like nails on a chalkboard during that timeline. I'm like, dude, that was like a year and a half ago. But everything is part of the plan. Everything. And all actors, to me, were replaced at some point. Whether they got replaced before, during, or after is irrelevant to how the story ends. Every timeline has to be exposed. Every person who's done bad things has to be exposed. So this is what I started out saying, where I don't normally say. But in 2020, I know someone was talking about me and wanted to do interviews. And I know this person is a good actor. However, I did not want anything to do with this person because of how that person did their show. I didn't agree with that. I'm like, if we're talking about this stuff, then this should not be present. Period. It just went against my morals at the time and still now, to be honest. Anyways, someone on Twitter the other day posted an old picture of that person, and it looked nothing like the person that asked me to do the interview. So if you don't believe in bad actors being replaced with good actors, then you need to go scroll through my Telegram over the last few days so you can have a looky-loo. That's all I gotta say about that. What else did I want to say? I don't know. Anyone else got anything they want to talk about? We had a hailstorm here yesterday. It swept through quite viciously for about 10 minutes and left snow, pea-sized hail on the ground. Nothing really here, but some plants got knocked around. The geraniums and the tomatoes were saved because I put them under the deck. But yeah, it was quite exciting. It was one of those storms that when it rolled in, if I was an animal, I would have started running probably about 5 or 10 minutes before because it smelled not good. It was like, it's going to be a big storm. And it went blacker than the sky has ever been. I can't even recall a day it was that black of just all of a sudden. It was like nighttime. I was, what the heck is going on? Those were some big clouds. But we got some nice weather, and yeah, the Stampede is thank effing holiness. I am like, tips to survive in Stampede if you live in the city. Leave. Just leave. Or if you live far south or far north, like I do, or far east or far west, don't, I repeat, do not go into the downtown core for about 10 days before Stampede, the Stampede, and everybody's really tired on the Sunday, so Monday and Tuesday are good. But it's still like you're still getting some of the after effects of tourists. Yeah. So I love my city. And I actually really do love Western culture. I do. I love riding horses. I love farms. I love growing vegetables. I love all of that stuff. I appreciate farmers. I just don't like what the Stampede represents at a basic level. It's like our town turns into Las Vegas or Amsterdam for 2 weeks. And it's just, if you guys didn't see Clown World, I cannot even believe this made me want to vomit, and I got off the internet at 6:30 that morning. I was so fucked off. I was so mad. The guy drinking urine from a horse and the police that was on the horse just going, yeah, go ahead. That happened. There's always one fucking gross clown show during Stampede. Always one. Always one. Always one. Always got to be some asshole. And you know what I think that was? That was a demon. That was a demon that possessed that person. There's no way a fucking normal human being in their right mind would ever do that. Or a police officer. That police officer, I'm sorry, dude. You're a disgusting human being. You're a disgusting human being for allowing children to see that. Don't tell me children weren't around to witness that event. It's disgusting. Shame on you. Shame on both of you. Ugh. That's my 2 bits about Stampede rant. Thank goodness it's over. I hope we never, our city never has another Stampede again. I hope it's changed to something different where farmers and Western people are honored and country people are honored some way, or like a world trade or world fair. Something like that. Not this bullshit. But I will say, compared to other years, one thing I did notice is the culture of womanwear actually changed a little bit. There weren't as many skanky women. Come on, women. We all know it happens. You know, we all worn shorts and tank tops and cowboy hats and cowboy boots to the Stampede at some point. I know I have. But thank goodness people want to be somebody else sometimes. And the show Yellowstone came out where nice dresses and cowboy boots are actually respectable. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Rip, for putting some clothes on and being a little bit of a role model to the cowboy culture, you know. I watched all of Heartland. It's filmed just down here. They dress normal and respectable and kind of like normal cow people, you know, people who look after farmers, the way we grew up. Actually, what I'm wearing now, minus jeans and some boots, is what farmers wear. They don't, most people, I don't know a lot of farmers that wear cowboy hats, to be honest, unless you're riding horses and you're out in the field a lot, then you wear a cowboy hat. But yeah, my uncle wore a baseball hat. My grandpa wore a cowboy hat. My other uncle wore a cowboy hat, but my cousins wore baseball hats. And then if they were doing something fancy, they wore a cowboy hat. That's the way it is. But yeah, that's one thing I did notice. And the lineups weren't as long. So I did, against my own advice, go through the Stampede, but I took opposite train ways of when people were leaving, and I went early in the morning when people are still passed out. So before noon is a good time to go out any day of the week during Stampede. But again, let's hope it never happens. I love everything cowboy, cowgirl, awesome, yoo-hoo. I don't really like rodeos per se, but yeah, I like all of the other stuff. There, I said it. Anyways, I'm sure I'm going to get flack for that too. But I think once we all clean out our parasites, are we ever going to be wanting to be eating the way we've been, or even doing some of the things like I talked about in the last show? You know, the more I clean out my system, the healthier it makes you want to be. You don't want to put junk into your body anymore. You don't want to do certain behaviors. You're just deprogramming yourself. And that's what I like to think I've done with doing my charts on the show. Deprogram people and making the connections make sense. So that being said, I'm not going to blab anymore today. Just, it is what it is. How long have I talked? Oh, 26 minutes. That's about a normal time. I'm going to go eat some tomatoes and enjoy my day. I've been getting 20 to 40 raspberries to eat off of the bushes every day. It's been awesome. Fresh raspberries are my favorite. And I'm just sending everybody love, you know, like it's kind of a hard time because people are talking about all the things that need to be talking about now. And the booing of Trudeau was like, that's so epic. I can't even tell you. I'm telling about that in the grocery stores. One lady actually said to me, oh, he seemed like he was doing some good stuff. And I looked at her and I'm like, honestly, if he's getting booed in front of like a crowd, she goes, where was that? I'm like, at an indigenous like gathering. And I just love the one big tall guy just standing beside everybody's taking film, and he's got a big bag of popcorn, like just kind of smiling at everybody booing. I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, that's me right there. Keep on booing. Like, this movie's getting good. It's so awesome. And I said, if he's getting that booed in front of like people like that thought he was doing them some favors by sending them retribution money, you guys have to know that Biden's sending stupid ass money to people thinking that you guys are owed way more money than the stupid money that Trudeau or Biden could ever give you. That's the whole point. Is 50 grand or whatever it equals per person is a joke. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. Put about 8 zeros on, it'll make money, make nothing. You know, we're all part of this slave trade, whether we like to believe it or not. Some people are just bought and sold for sexual purposes. So that's what I'm going to include in my child and human trafficking. All the ways that people, women can get groomed and kids can get groomed, and some people don't even know they're doing it. So believe it or not, it's because they're programmed. We've all had programs. So that being said, I better go pay my bills so I can finish completing my 3D life chores and errands and transitioning into being free and clear of anything that would cause me any issue. You know what I'm talking about. So anyways, I don't consent to a lot of nonsense, and that's kept me out of a lot of situations. So you guys have a blissful day. Take care of yourselves and stay in your highest of vibrations. Like, if you can't say something nice and you don't want to pay money to the Sound of Freedom, there's the movie Trade, there's Contraland, there's a million movies you can go tell people to watch. I actually am going to try and watch, see, all the more proof Kevin Kline's a good guy, because he's in this and you never heard about it. I was like, I love Kevin Kline. Like, honestly, out of all the actors, I think he was like one of my favorite. I was like, I hope you're a good guy. I hope you're a good guy. I hope you're a good guy. You know, I really do. And he's in this movie called Trade, and it's about human trafficking. And have you seen that anywhere on Netflix? No. So, with a few simple clicks, I put a link on my Telegram of free human trafficking movies you can go share on your pages, free on YouTube. You can go watch. Been watching quite a few of them. Like, they all tell a story, and they're all true. They don't just make this shit up. The CABAL has no imagination. So these are all true stories. You know, it's all happened. And I believe it's happened to us in other lifetimes. So, you know, and now's the time to fight for all other children. You know, it's always been that for me. Never mind now. It's just always been that. Always. So let's come together. Stop being all silly and name calling each other like so friggin' petty. I'm just got no, there's no time for that right now. Come on. Come on. Let's get it together. So I love you. Share as much information as you can in the most positive way. Hold the line of light and love. And the battle's not over yet. There's still negative people coming out to get you. So protection, and ground yourself and get plenty of rest, and know that we're shedding off everything that no longer serves us purpose. We're moving into a now of a time of everything coming to connection in our camaraderie lives are all coming. The birds are all like right past my head. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit, but it's kind of fun. So everybody have a wonderful day. I love you all. Take care. Boo-doo-doo-boop.